Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we are going to talk about the Theater of Dreams in just a second, but I can never have my guest, Jonathan Newell, on without just asking him a musical question first. And, of course, you know what's coming.
I do.
Because it was 50 years ago today that Sergeant Pepper taught that band to play. Well, it's actually 70 years if you think about the right math.
And changed the world.
That's right, it changed the world. Your favorite song on Pepper?
Today, Good Morning.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
You know
I mentioned that yesterday.
You know why? Because I would love to remix it.
Yeah.
I don't love the saxophones that much on it, although I love the saxophone. But I'd love to turn up the guitar and just push the drums, turn up the snare, and just really drive that song. So because you asked me that question later on today, I'm going to go and record it myself. I think just redo the whole track, and it's a great song.
Well, if you know Jonathan Newell, you know he's a consummate musician, so he will not only go back and do it, but he'll probably play every instrument as well if you decide to record it.
And right? I can't wait to do it, yeah.
You know, what I particularly love about that song is that that's the first step in to just the beautiful collage of sounds and music and songs taking you right through the end of the record.
Every song of that record is a discovery.
I know.
I know. So I'm going to remix that song later on.
Okay, well,
I'm excited.
Well, I promise you we won't spend the whole time talking about Sgt. Pepper, but we could.
Easily.
Okay, all right. But we are going to talk about the Strand Theatre. I always refer to it as the Theatre of Dreams. You know, when you first told me about it, I thought to myself, a theater in Hudson Falls.
Right.
Okay.
Everybody had the same reaction.
I know. And fast forward, you opened around St. Patrick's Day,
St. Patrick's Day. That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
And since then, there's been no turning back. No. And I'm going to tell a quick story. We were recording tracks at Hudson River Music Hall, which Jonathan is very much a part of. And I walked over to the Strand Theatre, and John was rehearsing for a solo piano concert on a brand new Steinway Grand that they had just received, right? And I walked around the theater and just listened to the acoustics, and the acoustics are so phenomenal that you could be standing next to the soundboard on the piano, or you could be way up in the corner in the balcony, and this tonal quality in that whole room is exactly the same. Yeah,
it's such a discovery. It's such a gem of a building acoustically, which we knew it would be live, ambient, lots of sound, but we didn't realize the clarity that we would discover. And it's so clear. I think we have a concert hall for classical music that is equal to just about anywhere. I really do.
You know, and I know why you're hesitating, because there happens to be another one in our region that really is known for its acoustics, the Troy Music Hall. And I got news for you. And I'm no professional in that regard, but there's something magical going on inside that room.
It's true, and it opens up our ability to book other kinds of things too now. So classical music, bring it to us. I would love to have people experience this space. And it's so intimate too, that you could be so close to the musicians, but hear this great clarity and a beautiful reverb to it. It's really it's a gem. It's a discovery.
All the things that he and I are talking about here are all the things that you sort of analyze as you're walking around the room to try to listen. You know, is the clarity the same? Is the reverb? Is the delay? All of those kinds of things. Well, this weekend is a Mozart festival, and I don't think you can get any better than that, by the way.
Right. So having people rehearse in that space and hearing opera performed in that space. So on Saturday night we have a tenor, we have a soprano, we have some piano music, and we have a chamber orchestra. So to hear all those different sounds in that space, people really get to experience what can happen in that space and where it can go from there too.
You know, I want to just cycle back. The chamber orchestra is the community.
It's community orchestra.
Right, okay. Right. Tell us about it.
Well, so Glens Falls has the Glens Falls Symphony, which is a professional orchestra, and they're phenomenal, and we're so fortunate to have that. And then what we have is a community orchestra that provides local musicians, regional music teachers, and some of their best students a chance to get together and jam, on this great material. So there's a different kind of standard we might hold ourselves to. It's more of a reading session, really, because we can't afford rehearsals. We can't really get together that often, but it's a chance for us to go through this material and present it to the public in a little bit of a lighter way also.
Yeah, and of course you're talking about, there's an informality to what you just said that it really just increases the experience, really on an intimate level. You know, the theater doesn't hold that many people. It's still under construction. Is a coffee shop done?
Coffee shop will be open somewhat this weekend. They're going to do a soft, very soft opening just to present what they're doing. So,
yeah, got it.
Yeah, it's coming though.
And just to cycle back on chamber orchestra, it's often been said, especially with Mozart, that a lot of the orchestral music that he wrote was done really for small orchestra.
Yeah, small gatherings, small courts, you know, the aristocracy and things like that. So we're doing Symphony Number 25.
Oh, fantastic.
And that's the opening symphony of the movie Amadeus, if
Yes,
you know
that's
that
right.
film, which we're showing on Friday night. So tonight. as a matter
Oh,
of
okay.
fact.
All right. So we got a couple of things we need to tell you about this weekend at the Strand. It's a Mozart festival. It starts tonight. We've got a big, beautiful screen and all digital equipment.
Brand new
that came
digital
in,
projector.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
man. All right. So they're showing Amadeus tonight. It's a wonderful film. It's a really very good film.
It's a great film.
And then over the course of the weekend, there's vocal music and orchestral music and some solo.
Piano
right?
solos, and
Yes,
Sunday's more piano solos. So Sunday I'll be playing a piano sonata. Stephen Gallucci's going to play a piano sonata. Doug Bischoff's going to play a piano sonata. We also have a violist named Ari Rudikoff who'll play a viola sonata, and I'll accompany him on piano.
Wow. And then moving forward, just to let you know that it is really the theater of dreams, is that it is sold out in terms of performances through the end of the year on Saturday night. So there's plenty of opportunity for us to do our part and sell out the other side of the stage, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a nice thing to have all those Saturdays booked because now it's relatively easy to book around it. So I know I've got those Saturdays secured, and there's some great things. We have a ballet company from New York City coming up in early December. So I've promised them 8 more feet of depth to the stage. So we're just going to have to move we got to move a wall back a little bit. But that will expose the proscenium, which is full of beautiful, ornate plaster work. And what a great thing to have a professional dance company in that intimate space. I can't wait for that.
What's the website?
mystrandtheater.org.
Okay.
So, if you just Google Strand Theater Hudson Falls.
Okay. mystrandtheater.org
Right.
or just Google Strand Theater in Hudson Falls. Really, it's right downtown, right just north of that little triangular park in Hudson Falls. You really have to see it. It is an absolute jewel. And under John's tutelage here,
Or absence of.
yeah,
Maybe that's why it's doing so
the
well.
programming is stellar. Blues festivals, all kinds of cool things coming up. Well, John, it's great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thank you.
And now you can tell everybody that you heard the news today. Oh boy.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking about remixing that song.
Okay. Great to see you.
Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.